I have my fellow host MC, Isabella Masozera.
It is a delight to be with you this morning. Thank you so much for making the time to be here, for honoring the invitation to spend the next few days with us. We want to start by acknowledging and welcoming you using the languages you're familiar with. Now, I see some people from Uganda. Tusanyuso balaba. Do we see some people from Uganda? Could you wave? I see. Yes, we want some good energy this morning. From Rwanda, Murakazaneza. Do we have some Rwandans? Peter is learning some Kinyarwanda. Can you say that, Murakazaneza?
From Tanzania as well. Can you salute Tanzania? Can you salute Kigali, please?
Yes.
Our president there, yes. And also from Kenya.
Yes.
Kenya. What Kenyans?
Hello, Kenyans.
They are here. Good. And I think we have been informed that the guest of honor now is here. Can we all join our hands and give him a warm welcome? Makofi mengi tafadhali.
Yes, the East African way.
Yeah.
We want to see that you eat some posho, some beans, in the way that you say hello. So once more, could you give a round of applause to our guest of honor?
Now, Isabella Masozera, and I'm told Masozera is a good eyes. So I'm very lucky to be just close to the good eyes here.
Yeah. And I'm also lucky to be standing next to a veteran, a legend. Yesterday I learned something that has me very intimidated, no pressure. He has been doing this since the year I was born. I will not say, ladies pleasure. Don't disclose how old we are.
Now, distinguished delegates, I have been informed that the guest of honor is already here. Now, may I invite the protocol people to humbly welcome the guest of honor to the stage here, ready for the opening session. And as the guest of honor goes to the platform, I'll really request all of you to stand and give him again a warm welcome. This is the Minister of State responsible for Treasury. Let's be seated, please. Isabella, at least you can give a small introduction on the ECOWA, and then I'll come in later.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome. Today we are here for a very special occasion, a momentous occasion, and that is the East African Congress of Accountants. Our theme this year is one that will explore the landscape, the ever-evolving landscape of accountancy. We'll be bordering on beyond borders, exploring global perspectives. We have a lot of sessions lined up for you today. We have panel sessions, keynotes. We will also have an opportunity for you to network. And beyond that, these are not just interactive sessions. These are opportunities to learn from the person that is next to you. So I want to do something that I always do. I want to ask you to look to your right and get to introduce yourself to the person next to you. Can we do that before we get started?
Yeah, that's wonderful.
And then to the person on the other side of your seat.
That is typical Isabellism. Yeah, having given that brief introduction, may I now tell you something. If they say if you go to Rome, do what the Romans do. So since we are in Kigali, Rwanda, definitely the Rwandans have their own touch, their traditional touch. So without much ado, now we are starting business. May I call upon the Chief Executive of ICPAL, Mr. Amin Miramago, at least to give us a welcome note and introduction of the various dignitaries who are here, VIPs, and particularly the high table. But before that, we have a small message from the televised team.
Amin is a result-driven C-suite executive with over 10 years experience leading and bringing change to institutions both within the public and private sector. Passionate about growing and re-engineering organizations and putting them on a sustainable path. He is serving as a technical advisor on the IFAC, PAO, DAG and PAFA board. He sits on various boards as a non-executive director. Amin is an international development expert with over 13 years of expertise in the management of major international and externally funded reform processes, planning, budgeting and reporting, fiscal decentralization, public procurement, expenditure management systems, grant management, transparency of processes, governance, capacity development and program administration. Ladies and gentlemen, the Chief Executive Officer of the Institute of the Certified Public Accountants of Rwanda, Amin Miramago.
I have claps again to Amin.
Honorable Minister, the PAFA President, the ICPA President, different presidents of the various PAOs, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to welcome you here in Kigali as we are here to celebrate the different East African countries and revitalize the East African spirit. Honorable Minister, here within our midst we have 656 delegates from 19 countries. We have delegates from Angola, we have delegates from Botswana, we have delegates from Burundi, we have delegates from Canada, we have delegates from Ethiopia, we have delegates from Guinea-Bissau, we have delegates from Iran, we have delegates from Kenya, we have delegates from Lesotho, we have delegates from Mozambique, we have delegates from Sierra Leone, we have delegates from Somalia, we have delegates from South Africa, we have delegates from Southern Sudan, we have delegates from Tanzania, we have delegates from Uganda, we have delegates from Zambia, and lastly but not least, we have Ghana and our own people from Rwanda. Honorable Minister, of course, as the chief host, the biggest number of delegates are from Rwanda, closely followed up by Uganda, and next is Tanzania. Those are the countries with the biggest delegations. Honorable Minister, we have physical delegates. Out of the 656, we have 548 delegates that are here with us physically, and we have others that are virtually with us, and we have very important people who give our delegates a peace of mind, and those are the accompanying delegates. I know the MC had given me the opportunity to introduce the various dignitaries, but I'll kindly would like to invite our Vice President to come and do us the honors. Mr. Vice President.
Honorable Minister, the President of PAFA, the President of our Institute of Certified Public Accountants, Presidents of the various PAOs, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. As the CEO of the Institute has mentioned, we have a fantastic turnout, close to 700 delegates, both physical and virtual. We will try to quickly introduce the various delegates by country in the spirit that we will get to know them as we interact over the course of the next 3 days, but it would be good to know who these delegates are and where they are seated. So we'll start by introducing the delegates from the SADC region. Delegates from Botswana, if you could please stand up for recognition, if they're in the room. Thank you very much. We have delegates from Mozambique. If you could please stand up for recognition. Thank you. Delegates from Tanzania, as mentioned, you're most welcome. Please stand up for recognition. And maybe for a minute or two, if we could have the head of the delegation from Tanzania, maybe come and say a word or two. I don't know whether the microphone is nearby. Just to greet the audience. Thank you.
2016. Okay. Honorable Minister and delegates to ECOWAS 2024. Actually, we are not yet there. I have the honor to greet this esteemed audience. We are glad that this is the 4th ECOWAS Congress, and the first one was held in Tanzania in 2016. So we are very happy that we have started something that is sustainable, and sustainability is the way to go. I honor your presence, the energy, and the spirit of togetherness in East Africa, but the spirit of the professional solidarity globally. I agree to you all, salute you, and let's continue our networking. Thank you very much.
Yeah, heavy claps to Professor CPA Sylvia Tem from Tanzania. Thank you.
Thank you very much. If I could also request the delegation from Zambia to please stand up for recognition if you're in the room. They, I think, yet to come. The delegation from South Africa, I believe this would be the PAFA team. Yes, you're most welcome. Then we move closer to East Africa, and in East Africa we'll start with, I think we had already mentioned Tanzania. The delegation from Burundi, if you could please stand up for recognition. If I could request the president of the OPC Burundi, maybe just to say 1 or 2 words, if you could kindly pass on the microphone to him.
Yeah, Burundi is neighboring Rwanda and Tanzania. Yeah.
Good morning. I think in this room there is a lot of Rwandans and Burundian, so I can speak in Kirundi and Kinyarwanda. And I ask to translate my message in English for others members. Twashaka gushimira cyane abagenzi bacu b'Abanyarwanda kubona barenganije uru rubanza rwiza cyane twashimye. You can translate if it's possible.
Yes.
Only translate after. Tukaba tubashimiye cyane turabye ingene mwaduteguriye ingene umuji wanyu umeze neza aho twashikiye n'ingene hameze neza n'ingene mwambaye neza n'ingene abantu bose twaciye aho twaciye hose ingene hari hameze neza tukaba twizeye rero yuko urubanza ruza kugenda neza tukaba tubakengurukiye cyane imugira amahoro.
In a nutshell, he says he's happy to be here. You all look lovely this morning, and he is excited that we can all be here today. Paraphrasing.
Thank you very much, CPA Frederick. Moving further, would also like to welcome the delegation from Kenya. Kenya delegation, if you could please stand up for recognition. May I request the head of the delegation from Kenya to say something?
The Honorable Minister, presidents of various professional accountancy bodies, council members, CEOs, various delegates, good morning. We are all excited to be here, well represented by the Institute top organ, the council. We have the chair, and we have council members, and we have colleagues from the secretariat. And generally, Kenyans are happy to be here. Having been a big support to the formation of the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Rwanda, so we are happy to join this delegation. And we welcome you to our conference in May on 20th to 24th in Mombasa, which we will be holding around 4,000 delegates. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. May I also request the delegation from South Sudan, if you could please stand up for recognition, if you're in the room. Yes, we can see you. You're most welcome. The delegation from Somalia. The delegation from Somalia. I believe I saw the president earlier. You're most welcome. If you don't mind, maybe you could say something just to greet the delegates here.
Honorable Minister, Mr. President, CEOs, and all delegates, good morning. Bonjour. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
It's a pleasure for us to be here. And we are the last born for East Africa countries as we joined it recently. And we are also looking forward to join for this East Africa accounting professions. It's a pleasure for us today to be here, and we thank you.
Thank you very much. The delegation from Ethiopia, if you could please stand up for recognition. Thank you very much. The delegation from Sierra Leone, I don't know if they're in the room yet. If not, then we'll recognize them later. The delegation from Ghana, if you're in the room, you're most welcome. Then we have the delegation from Guinea-Bissau. I think they're not yet in the room. The delegation from Canada, they're attending virtually, okay. And then we have, last but not least, the team attending from Rwanda. And the team attending from Rwanda, as the hosts, you would imagine there are quite many. So we'll start with the council members president, as well as the members and heads of the various commissions in the Institute. If you're in the room, please stand up for recognition. Attending virtually our former presidents, Patrick Uwizeye and Evelyn Kamagaju, but we also have other members from the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Rwanda. If you could all please stand up just for recognition, please. I know you may be many, but nevertheless, it's good for our delegates to know us. So if you could please stand up from ICPAL. Honorable Minister, I think there were two other countries that I was told were yet to come to the room. We have a delegation from Angola. If If there is anyone physically in the room, you feel free to stand up for recognition, as well as a delegation from Lesotho. Honorable, you're most welcome from Lesotho. Honorable Minister, allow me to also recognize our sponsors. We have sponsors in different categories, sponsors in the platinum, gold, and silver. In the platinum category, Honorable Minister, we have SIPFA. If the team from SIPFA is in the room, please stand up for recognition. Again, allow me, if the microphone could be passed to the SIPFA team, just to say one or two words.
Good morning, and it's a privilege to be here today, and we're looking forward to the interactions and the deliberations, and we're sure we're in very good hands. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We also have Mazaz, Mr. Busurwa. If you are around and the team, feel free to stand up for recognition and to hopefully say one or two words. Amy? Sorry, if you could pass a microphone to the Mazaz team. I think it's coming from behind.
Madam Tse,
Madam Tse.
thank you very much for the opportunity of inviting us to Kigali. It's always a pleasure. We're looking forward to the deliberations. Welcome to all the other members that are coming from different countries. So we're very pleased to be here together with my team from the East African countries. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mazaz team. Let me also request the team from PwC, led by the PwC team, if you could please also stand for recognition, and request that the protocol team also passes the microphone to the head of that delegation.
Good morning, everybody. We are happy to be here. My name is Peter Ngahu, and I'm the regional senior partner for PwC in Eastern Africa. I'm joined by my colleagues here, Brian Gunjiri, who is based here, Banis Kemashia, who's based in Nairobi, but previously spent a lot of time here, and Mwangi Karanja, who is on the council of ISPA. Very happy to be here and very happy to be supporting this Congress, and looking forward to the deliberations over the next 3 days. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. The other sponsors that are in the gold category, we have ACCA, we have BSE, Digital Partner, we also have Access to Finance Rwanda, and in the silver category, we have Rwanda Airport Company, Equity Bank Rwanda, and the Development Bank of Rwanda. We also have participating sponsors, Rwanda Finance Limited, Crystal Ventures Limited, DNR Partners, as well as Rwandair. We would like to specially thank all these sponsors, and I would like to request if we could give them a hand of applause, please. As I conclude, Honorable Minister, we also will have an opportunity to go to the exhibition hall, where we have close to 9 entities exhibiting, showcasing their different services as well as products, and that will be after our group photo during the tea break. So we'll have that opportunity to do that. At this point, allow me, Honorable Minister, to hand back to the protocol team. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, John. Could we give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? Now, I know he acknowledged your presence, distinguished guests, but in Rwanda, we do it in a different way. We like to show our appreciation in the way that we dance. So allow me invite the traditional dancers to give you the Rwandan welcome. Could you help me? A round of applause? Yes? our traditional dancers and team, the floor is yours.
Rwanda ndaje dore ndaje nkuvuga ubutwari nkuvuga ndati ibikorwa byawe yego yenda kurata ndanguruye ntatinya kuko nteye umuneza yego yakometse imigo Rwanda yacu uhamye birindiro bikirenga
uburenganzira mijinambe twese abana bawe turagukunda
komeza imigo Rwanda
uhamye ibirindiro by'ikirenga uburenganzira mijinambe twese abana bawe turagukunda.
Abashyitsi bahire murakarama imwicare mugwe neza murakarama
abashyitsi bahire murakarama mwicare mugwe neza
yabaguye umunsi wa none murakarama yatubakiranye ubwuzu murakarama
abashyitsi bahire murakarama mwicare mugwe neza murakarama
tubakiranye ubwuzu murakarama dufite
murakarama mwicare mugwe neza murakarama
nganzo ngari z'u Rwanda murakarama kandi twishyire twesheme murakarama
abashyitsi bahere murakarama mwicare mugwe neza murakarama
tubakiranye ubwuzu murakarama yadufite n'urukundo murakarama
abashyitsi bahere murakarama mwicare mugwe neza murakarama
abashyitsi bahire murakarama kandi mwicare mugwe neza murakarama
abashyitsi bahere murakarama mwicare mugwe neza murakarama
yewe ng'abashyitsi bahire murakarama mwicare mugwe neza murakarama
abashyitsi bahire murakarama mwicare mugwe neza murakarama Nyirangere ndawe
Iye nyirangere zawe Iye turabaramutse cyane
Mutashye nyirantago
muhowe Iye mwamugorora ingowe Iye turabaramutse cyane
Mutashye Rwagiti
umuhungu wese wanziwe Iye turabaramutse cyane
Mutashye Urusaya
Iye mutashye Urusaya
Mama
Zanyana z'ubugwendo Iye nawe narore nawe Iye turabaramutse
Iye nimwiyizihiri wacu we
Iye wiwawe zawe Iye turabaramutse
Iye Mutashye Rwagiti
umuhungu wese wanziwe Iye turabaramutse
Iye
cyane
Mutashye Urusaya
Iye mutashye Urusaya Zanyana z'ubugwendo Iye nawe narore nawe Iye turabaramutse cyane
Museke
Iye
Rwanda
zawe Iye turabaramutse cyane
ati yonse kwane yahande we
Iye niyarusara ruwazombowe Iye turabaramutse cyane
ababyeyi b'abayondo we
abagabo bivuga ibyatowe Iye turabaramutse cyane
Mutashye Urusaya
Iye mutashye Urusaya Iye ngoze nyana z'ubugwendo Iye nawe narore nawe Iye turabaramutse cyane
Iye bagore beza no
ese bagore beza
Iye bagore beza abagore b'amagaji yo mwiriwe narunguye y'abagore beza
y'abagore beza nawe se bagore beza y'abagore nawe se bagore beza
z'u Rwanda abagore beza abanje rwikwana amakuza n'abagore beza ye bagore beza ese bagore
Yeah. Fantastic dancing.
For being here. And I want you to give yourself a round of applause for making it all the way to the land of 1,000 hills. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Murakoze, thank you so much to the incredible performers. Now, I know we've taken some time welcoming you, acknowledging your presence today, but we are not done. And yes, VP, you're not off the hook. We have a special category of people, and I'm happy to read them out. Or would you like to do the honors?
Very much, Isabella. The final round of introductions, I will request the delegation from the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda. If you could please stand for recognition.
Uganda, we saw you in the building earlier.
And I'll request Isabella, if you could give the microphone to the head of that delegation to greet the delegates.
Thank you very much for the special recognition. Honorable Minister, CEO, VP, and dignitaries. I will stand on previously established protocol, but use this opportunity to thank our hosts for the warm welcome, and we look forward to a good stay while in Kigali and fruitful deliberations. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. While still welcoming the team from Uganda, I'm informed that we have honorable members of parliament from the Republic of Uganda. I'm told we have about 5. If I could please request them to stand for recognition if they're in the room. Isabella, if you could please do us the honors and maybe pass the microphone to one of the members of parliament.
Honorable Minister, the heads of delegations from different countries, distinguished delegates, we, the members of parliament from Uganda, are honored to be here to attend the 4th East Africa Congress of Accountants. We know that there is a lot of learning that we will get from here. We are pleased to connect. The members of parliament from Uganda who are here are also professional accountants. We were thrilled by the theme that was chosen for this conference, and we hope that there is something we will take back home. We are happy to connect with all of us. Blessings.
Thank you very much. Let me also introduce the delegation from the African Association of Accountant Generals, led by the chairperson and the CEO. If you're in the room, please stand for recognition. If you could pass over the microphone, Emmy, for introduction, please.
Honorable Minister, and greetings, the beautiful country of Rwanda. We are the African Association of Accountants General. We stand for the monies of the nations of Africa. We are highly privileged and honored to be here. We are partnering with the Pan-African Federation of Accountants, and this conference pushes the same agenda that we vouch for. So we are rallying behind the 5 countries that are having the Eastern Conference. We are excited, we have the energies up, and we wish everyone all the best. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And then finally, I'm informed we also have a member of parliament from the Republic of Ghana. I don't know if they're in the room. If they could please stand for recognition.
I have greetings from the Republic of Ghana to this conference. I'm here with the president of the Institute of Chartered Accountants, Ghana. She's just sitting in front of me. Even though one may think that East Africa is pretty far from Ghana, the West African sub-region, we think that our participation can present some lessons for us to go back and do what is best practice in our region as well. I hope we are very welcome here.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister, and thank you, delegates, for your kind attention. I'll hand back to the MCs. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Honorable Vice President. Honorable Guest of Honor, allow me to quote a Latin saying which says, tot capita, tot sententia, so many heads, so many opinions. That is, where there's a lot of people, where there's many people, nothing can go wrong. I have admired the arrangement of introduction done by the Vice President. Can we join hands, our hands for the excellent work he has done? Honorable Guest of Honor, now I'm highly honored and privileged to call upon the ICPA President, Obadiah Biraro. And as I said before you gave your remarks, just hold on for a second or so to be introduced properly by the television people.
Obadiah Biraro is the former Auditor General of Office of the State Finances of the Republic of Rwanda. Having led the institution for 16 years, he has over 35-year multi-sectoral financial management and professional accounting experience in both the private and public sectors, commercial, finance and banking, agricultural, energy, drug and pharmaceutical industries across the East African region. He is the founding member of the Institute of Certified Public Accountants in Rwanda and a long-standing member of the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda and Kenya, with notable credits to his achievements, including drafting the first ever Public Finance Management Act in Rwanda, initiating trainings for Rwanda and East African Communities Legislative Public Accounts Committee, and public accounting officers. He is an enthusiastic ambassador of leadership and corporate governance, as he has continuously expressed that zeal in various events and workshops where he is always invited to speak. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the President, Institute of Certified Public Accountants, Rwanda, and Chairman, Governing Council, CPA Obadiah Biraro.
Ulisahau yale maneno mengine ya itifaki kwamba ni sherehe, taratibu na kanuni za itifaki zote zimehifadhiwa,
Zimezingatiwa.
zimezingatiwa.
Honorable guest of honor, let me crack a joke from Tanzania. A Maasai was invited to give some remarks, and then he said, honorable ministers, distinguished guests, lakini ni Kiswahili, mheshimiwa sana waziri, mgeni yetu mwalikwa, itifaki imesingiziwa.
Yeah, that our friend, the chief MC, we call him CPA Mavunda.
Mavunde.
Mavunde.
Yes, and CPA Mavunde means Ceremonies Practitioner Associate.
Yeah, he would have told us much more if we had time, but there is enough time for him from today to 19th. Honorable Minister, the guest of honor for our function, the PAFA head, the officials from various, the POs as you heard, the ICPAR officials, you are all welcome to this fourth edition of East African Conference of Accountants. For us here, as the PO of Rwanda, the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Rwanda, we are really greatly honored, Honorable Minister. We are greatly honored that these numbers are here at the plateau of the one of the 1,000 hills of Rwanda here in Kigali. This profession, as a PO of Rwanda, we are 15 years old, but we don't look 15. I'm sure wherever you have seen, wherever you have gone, we don't look 15. We look older than 15. And congratulations to the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Rwanda, whom I have been a founder member and an activist and a nurturing force for all these 15 years and possibly before. 15 years have passed, and within those 15 years, we have been able to get all of you here to enjoy the very good hospitality, the good climate of Rwanda, and most importantly, to share with you the achievements that we have been able to get in the last 15 years. One time, there was an article from the Transparency International. That is around 2008. And they likened an accountant to a sewer pipe. Sorry to use those words. A sewer pipe which goes underground and nobody realizes it is there. They keep passing, some of them driving a Hummer, with heavy tires. Others driving the V8 like the MPs I saw there. And one day, that pipe gets burst. And you begin passing around. And that is when the contents of the pipe, of course, begin attracting you to know that it does exist. That's when the accountant gets to be known that he's been around. And unfortunately, stakeholders will be asking, oh, you mean he has been around? What has he been doing? So that's the importance of accountants. Sorry to have likened you to so. And then that article was coined on the basis of the concept of national integrity through public accountability. The accountant is central to that the national integrity through public accountability. Sincerely, who would not want to be known for integrity? I'm sure the integrity is known. If pronounced kwa ile lugha yetu ya Kiswahili, it will sound better if you pronounce it in the various of the East African languages, and even in Botswana, in Ghana, etc., it will sound a bit heavier. So everybody would want to be associated with integrity. But there must be accounting for accountability, and accountability for transparency. The rest would be slogans and very intangible. So the accountant tangibilizes all that in numbers, and the numbers never tell a lie. That's why in the last 15 years, Honorable Minister of Finance, is that Rwanda has achieved all that. The integrity has been tangibilized in numbers. You will realize that in East Africa, when you talk of accountability and transparency, I'm not sure if I am exaggerating that Rwanda is number one. In Africa, Rwanda is number 4, if I'm not exaggerating. If I told you number 4, Rwanda, number 3, WHO, number 2, WHO, and number 1 happens to be around, I think that is, not around, but Mauritius and Botswana, then Cape Verde, and then Rwanda. So that's what accountants are doing here in the Republic of Rwanda. And once you come in, we share with you all that, the experience that you have over there. And sincerely, we treasure that experience, and we are ready to offer whatever in that line, whatever we have. I'm sure you will enjoy yourselves. You will go over the hills. You will have time to go sporting. You will have time to go in a bit of tourism by whatever form, especially the economic or commercial tourism. Rwanda has got all that to offer. Honorable Minister, the accountants are always in a hurry. I don't know where they go. But my professor of accountants used to say, we have 24 hours. God gave us 24 hours. And God does not ration oxygen, except when there was a corona. But accountants prefer to be in a hurry. I believe it is because of the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals, for which the minister is a very good champion. Honorable Minister, we thank you for coming, and we treasure all the advice that we shall get from you. Thank you. Over to you, Bana Protocol, the lady.
Thank you. Can you appreciate him? Thank you so much. We now will be hearing from a remarkable lady. I love that there's gender balance up on the stage. We'll be hearing from CPA Keto Kayemba, the president of the Pan-African Federation of Accountants. Before she takes to the podium, we have a video that will be introducing her appropriately.
She previously served the accountancy profession and society at large as Deputy Auditor General of Uganda, Deputy Chair of the Professional Accountancy Development Committee of the International Federation of Accountants, member of the Council of the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda, representing the Office of the Auditor General and Chairperson of ICPAO Public Accountants Examinations Board. She is a member of ICPAO, a fellow of ACCA, and a member and past president of the Kampala chapter of the Information Systems Audit and Control Association. CPA Kayemba holds a Bachelor of Commerce, a Master of Science in Energy Management of the Robert Gordon University, Aberdeen, and a Master of Business Administration of Makerere University. She remains a mentor and role model to women in accountancy, holding a strong desire to see women scaling the leadership ladder in the profession. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the President of the Pan-African Federation of Accountants and CEO, K Group of Companies, Keto Nyapendi Kayemba.
Hey, that's a new one, Rwanda. That's a new one. Yes, they've gone digital in everything, and we have a lot to learn from them. Good morning, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. The Honorable Minister, I'm more than privileged to be standing before you. The presidents of PAOs across Africa and East Africa, the chair of the AAAG, distinguished guests, I greet you all again. I am CPA FCCA Keto Kayemba and president of PAFA, Pan-African Federation of Accountants. I'm honored to welcome you to IACOA 2024. PAFA is a network partner of IFAC and the representative of the accountancy profession in Africa. Our membership consists of 56 professional accountancy organizations in 45 countries in Africa, and we have 5 international affiliates. In East Africa, our professional accountancy organization members are from Burundi, Djibouti, Ethiopia, Kenya, Rwanda, Tanzania, and Uganda, my home. I'm aware that there are others, the new East African members of DRC, South Sudan, who will definitely, and Somalia, who will definitely be joining us. PAFA's vision is sustainable value creation to benefit the citizens of Africa. We achieve this by strengthening the influence of the accountancy profession to enhance trade, the quality of services, and trust in institutions. Our strategic objective and their economic and societal benefits contribute to the 7 aspirations of AU 2023 and the UN SDGs, and ultimately to the Africa we want. We are aware that the profession could contribute more effectively to Africa's development if its members are supported by a functioning continental organization. The accountancy profession plays a pivotal role in driving economic growth, ensuring financial stability, and promoting good governance in Africa. Professional accountants in Africa therefore have a public interest responsibility, drawing from the objectives of IFAC, and most importantly, a transformative opportunity to lead change. Consequently, PAFA issued a call to PAOs in Africa to adopt strategies that support professional accountants for people, planet, and prosperity. The call highlights 5 areas of focus that PAOs should consider in developing their strategies to support the development of future-fit professional accountants for Africa. They are: 1, sustainability reporting and assurance; 2, governance, transparency, and accountability in the public sector; 3, anti-corruption and the fight against economic crime; 4, the quality of accountancy services; and lastly, the mobility of accountancy services under the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement. PAFA's activities are aimed at assisting professional accountancy organizations to advance their strategies in these 5 areas of focus. But we cannot do this on our own. Partnerships among key stakeholders in the professional accountancy ecosystem, partnerships among the key holders in the ecosystem are essential to move accountancy from commitment to action in these 5 areas. Therefore, in January, PAFA gathered key stakeholders to raise awareness of advances in the profession globally and the opportunities and challenges for Africa, to identify the actions necessary to unlock the African accountancy profession's ability to contribute to strong, sustainable organizations. I commend ISPAR as host of EACOA 2024 and other professional accountancy organizations in East Africa for continuing the conversation started in January in Nairobi through the Congress program. Well done, ISPAR. PAFA appreciates you. Let me go a bit deeper. Let me go slightly deeper into the 5 areas. In leading sustainability reporting and assurance, a study conducted by PAFA in collaboration with ACCE and PwC on the state of the accountancy profession in Africa revealed that the profession's role in building ethical and sustainable businesses is an important opportunity in Africa. Accountancy organizations must equip their members to take the lead. The International Sustainability Standards Board are developing high-quality, comprehensive global baseline of sustainability disclosures focused on the needs of investors and financial markets. The climate action in Africa recognizes that the climate crisis presents a $3 trillion investment opportunity. The ISSB, therefore, provides a good starting point for the profession. Strengthening governance, transparency, and accountability in the public sector. Stakeholders who contributed to the State of the Profession report called on the profession to play a more significant role in influencing public policy to serve as trusted advisors to governments on social economic development initiatives. Those who participated in the January events in Nairobi echoed this call. we need to look at the public sector as a foreign animal. We tend to look at the public sector as a foreign animal, treated as an object different from its owners, that is the taxpayers. I wonder, however, if any of you here would invest your savings in a private sector entity that reports on a cash basis of accounting. You would want to know your asset values, your indebtedness, and the performance of the business as a going concern and creator and custodian of wealth. In Uganda, I've seen discussions in our profession around taxpayers and the misuse of their money. Do we ask ourselves whether we have not contributed to the lack of ownership of government resources by the population? We never give them the true financial position and financial performance of their nations. They do not have any attachment and therefore do not demand for the right accountability. It's imperative that we look at how we view IPSAS and its implementation. We are the custodians of the change that we need. I challenge you. The Professional Accountants African Professionalization Initiative, a partnership between the profession, accountants generals, and auditors generals, offers a sustainable, economic, efficient, and effective solution to strengthening public sector accountancy capacity. Please join it. In fighting corruption, corruption and related economic crimes such as money laundering, bribery, tax evasion, and fraud are significant obstacles to economic growth and human development, and ultimately realizing the Africa Union's Agenda 2063. Ladies and gentlemen, the accountancy profession is well placed in business, the public sector, and society to fight, help economic crimes. The profession is also well placed to support an ecosystem of key actors and policymakers that strive to counter corruption and economic crime. By leading in these roles, the profession serves the public interest as a member and enabler of the Africa we want. The fourth initiative is enhancing the quality of the profession, the quality of the services. And then the last one is realizing Africa's growth objectives through the African Continental Free Trade Area. Ladies and gentlemen, the ACTA agreement involves a combined GDP of $3.4 trillion, links 1.3 billion people, will boost Africa's income by $400 billion by 2025, and has the potential to lift 30 million people out of extreme poverty. We have an opportunity to use the African Continental Free Trade Area and play our role as accountants to ensure that it becomes a reality. Ladies and gentlemen, PAFA is uniquely positioned to harness our comparative advantages, integrated Pan-African platform for engagement, influential voice, effective convener, expert advisor, knowledge gateway, and trusted intermediary to assist PAOs in implementing strategies that support future-fit professional accountants. Let's continue to work together to build a bright and prosperous future for Africa as envisioned in the Agenda 2063. The Africa we want, and I dare add, the Africa we deserve. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, East Africa is a region of remarkable diversity, rich in natural wonders, cultural heritage that strips you away, and economic potential. From the majestic peaks of Mount Kilimanjaro to the vast plains of the Serengeti, to the stunning landscape of the Great Rift Valley and the great gorillas in Rwanda and Uganda, East Africa offers a tapestry of experiences and a wealth of opportunities for sustainable development. by harnessing in natural resources, preserving its unique ecosystem, and investing in education and innovation, East Africa will continue to thrive and continue to the global community, to thrive and contribute to the global community. With its untapped potential and enduring resilience, this dynamic region is the ideal backdrop for the African Congress of Accountants 2025. I therefore invite you to join me next year in this very same venue to continue the conversation at ACOA 2025. We will be hosted by ISPAR under the theme Creating Value for Africa. Make sure to collect your ACOA 2025 pin as a reminder to look out for the soon-to-be circulated Save the Date. And be sure to make use of the early registration discount when we open registrations. See you here and see you at ACOA 2025. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Heavy claps to CPA. The President of PAFA, kindly do not leave the podium. Hang on, please. Honorable guest of honor, they say, we are what we are because of those who loved us. Indeed, the government of Rwanda loves us. That's why everybody here is happy. Can we join hands again for the President of this Republic? But, honorable guest of honor, women have convincing power. You have seen by yourself, you have heard by yourself. In Tanzania, one priest said in the church, all those men who have been given orders by their wives, would you come on my left? So the whole church, all the men in the church went on the left of the priest. Only one remained, and he was asked, can you tell us why did you remain? He said, yes, I have a reason. You know why I didn't go there? Because my wife ordered me to remain behind. So congratulations, give her again, have your claps please. Yeah, the lawyers have a saying, delegatus non potest delegare. Delegated powers cannot be delegated. The audience here are anxiously waiting to hear speech. Madam, I said don't leave the podium. Humbly come back and invite the president the Rwandan way. Peni makofi mengi tena. Heavy claps to him, please, to her. PAFA president, please. Okay, the president is here to invite the guest of honor. Thank you.
To invite the guest of honor. Ladies and gentlemen, it is very nice to be a lady. Clap for us. It's lovely to be a woman. We celebrate it. And of course, we celebrate the men. Without the men, we are non-existent. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to welcome the Honorable Minister of Finance of Rwanda, Republic of Rwanda, to come and address us. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much. May I invite all of you to stand, please, and give the guest of honor heavy claps as he goes to the podium. Karibu sana. Let's be seated, please.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and a very warm welcome to Rwanda. I hope you've received very good reception, and I hope you're enjoying your stay in this beautiful country of ours. I thought I was going to resist complaining, but I'm going to complain because I was not called a CPA. in all the introduction, nobody talked about me being a CPA. And I think we shall have to discuss this with the institute. I mean, and nobody, I think you have to correct that going forward. So I'm really privileged to be here as a guest of honor this morning. And my biggest excitement and great pleasure comes from two fronts. One, being a professional accountant, I really connect with the profession. I connect with the agenda of what you're going to discuss. And I want to congratulate and thank everybody here for having made it to this conference. As we welcome to the East African Congress of Accountants, on behalf of Rwanda, we are honored to host this prestigious event, bringing together professionals and experts in the field of finance, accounting, from across the East African region and beyond. And I also want to recognize the diversity of the participation, the professional accountants, the development partners, the sponsors, the parliamentarians. So I think we have what it takes really to move the needle in terms of what we do best as professional accountants to sustain, support our development on the continent and beyond. Hosting this Congress is not only a great opportunity for Rwanda to showcase our stunning beauty. I think you've seen the dance, you've seen the hills, and the home hospitality that we are offering, but it's also a chance for us to highlight our commitment to excellence in financial management and planning. As a nation, we firmly believe that accounting profession plays a crucial role in ensuring transparency. I think the President of PAFAM really went into details about some of these crucial roles that we play as professional accountants: transparency, accountability, sound financial management in both public and private sector. And she also touched, I think, one of the key reforms that we are all going through, the IPSAS reform agenda, which we believe there's going to be transformation in the sense that we do not only account for what has happened, but also get to understand what we own, we disclose it properly, and we cost it, and again starting to challenge the status quo of how we measure our wealth as a country. So with those reforms, I really want to encourage you to keep doing the reforms that we do to ensure that we get to know what we own as countries. There are so many indicators of measuring how economy is performing and the size of the economy, one of them being the GDP, but there are also merits and demerits of what we are measuring, and I think as a continent, we might be missing out in the way we measure our wealth. So nobody will move it to what we want. It will be the professional accountants who are in this room. Your expertise and professionalism are vital in ensuring financial resources are managed efficiently and effectively to achieve sustainable development goals. I'm not going to give a lecture of what we are all going through globally, but this time selfishly as a continent, Africa. The global shocks are real, they're happening, we are experiencing it possibly more than any other person, include even more than the people who initiate some of these problems. And there are so many changes that are happening, including climate change, that come back to haunt us in terms of our social economic development. So I want to believe again that if there is any profession that is going to change and address the issues that we have as a continent and globally, is the profession of accountant. The profession of accountant is very well equipped in what we've studied in the terms of exposure, and when you look at where we're all placed, be it in parliament, be it in the profession practice, be it in the political space, like some of us who are serving as politicians today, we do not have an excuse in terms of representation. We are very well represented to move the policy agenda of what we want to see changing to support our socio-economic development and alleviate poverty on the continent. Again, coming back to Rwanda, we are dedicated to strong economic performance in creating an enabling environment for business and investors by constantly working to improve our financial infrastructure and regulatory framework. And I'm really excited to see the parliamentarians in the room because the regulatory framework, the laws that really come to support what we are trying to do will be enacted and supported by the parliamentarians as another support system that we have. We have implemented reforms to streamline our tax system, enhance public financial management, again promoting entrepreneurship and investment as well as commitment to good governance. And with that, we are making great strides towards positioning not only our country, but also the region as a financial hub. I think, again, coming back to the President of PAFA, she mentioned about the integrity, the money laundering. We do have a lot of potential and opportunities. And one of them is really positioning ourselves as a financial hub. And Rwanda has really taken a leading step on that, and we are counting on your support. And you can imagine what it takes to be a financial hub. It takes a lot of resources, but more importantly, the profession of accountant has to be not only present in terms of numbers, but in terms of quality. So we really count on your support to ensure that you support this drive that we have. I think I had a chat as I was walking in. I think one of the participants was telling me about what we've achieved. And I tried to say, but what you are seeing here is not only done by us, it's done by all of us. Over the last 3 decades, our development agenda as Rwanda has been supported by all nationalities. At least in this room, I can attest that in one or another, be it a consultant, be it in public service, be it in a business, there is presence, and whatever development that you see, there is your hand on it, and we count on your support to continue doing that to support our development. Again, we cannot achieve a lot single-handedly as countries. We support regional integration. We are members of East African Community, we are members of COMESA, and other economic groups. I think also SFTA that was mentioned, there is nobody who is going really to move the needle in that direction other than the professional accountants that we have. We are committed to working together with our neighbors to harmonize our financial systems, facilitate trade and investment, and promote economic development in the region, and we cannot do it without the financial expertise. The financial expertise that we have is enough on the continent. Again, when you talk of the potential for Africa, I think generations have been talking about potential. And I really hope our generation will see the potential and support the next generation to come and enjoy the potential that we keep talking about. We've also seen a first-hand transformative power of sound financial management. We are doing so many reforms in public sector and also private. And through prudent fiscal policies and effective budget execution, we have been able to achieve impressive economic growth and poverty reduction over the past 2 decades. However, we also recognize that there is always room for improvement, and that's why events like this happen. I would be happy to see at the end of this conference what are the resolutions and what are the takeaways that you need to implement, and what support do you need from the governments, and then we can carry that agenda together to implement and support not only the profession, but to do what we do best, supporting socio-economic development. As we navigate the uncertainties of rapidly changing global economy, it is more important than ever that we continue to uphold the highest standards of ethical conduct and professional excellence. We must embrace innovation and new technologies to stay ahead of the curve and add value to our organizations and countries. As I conclude, I would really want to thank you once again for being here and personal appreciation on behalf of the government of Rwanda, and also appreciate the support and arrangement done by the ICPAL for organizing such an important forum together. We can harness the power of accounting profession while continuing to be guardians of financial integrity and champions of sustainable development in our region. I wish you successful and productive discussion, and I really hope you enjoy your stay in Rwanda, and I look forward to the outcome of this conference with clear responsibilities of what support do you need for you to move the agenda that you're doing for the continent. You can count on our support. I thank the sponsors, the development partners. This is the right time to support the profession, and you can count on our support that whatever you throw to us for support, you'll have it done. I thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Minister, for the reassuring words. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to come to the end of the first part of our day together. And I'd like to take this opportunity to call upon the delegates on the podium to please come to the front. We're going to be having a photo moment. We would like to frame this opportunity that we have together and make sure that we can look back on the 4th edition of the Congress. I'd also like to call on the people on the front row, everybody seated in the front row, to please join the picture moment with the Honorable Minister and the distinguished guests. We will be using the steps because we want to see the branding in the back. This will only take a second. Our media team, our videographers, photographers, please join us.
Maybe the guest of honor, would you please come again, one step down? Here, yes, here, yes. The rest, you remain where you are, okay? Fine.
There's a person in the back that we can't see.
On the right, to have a center, yes.
Let's make sure everyone is seen. There's a lovely gentleman.
Isabella, you have to recognize that the guest of honor is a CPA holder as well. Yes, good.
We apologize. We'll not be getting that wrong again.
Yeah.
It is a place of learning, so we're doing exactly that. Thank you very much. I would like now to request our distinguished guests to please continue on to Kivu, where you will be escorting our guest of honor to experience the exhibition. Right? Protocol, if you could kindly guide our guests and our guest of honor. If you are seated in the first row and the second row, we invite you to experience our exhibition. Please follow the guest of honor, the CEO, the president, PAFA president. We have a beautiful exhibition for you to experience. And everybody else, if you could stay seated, our program continues for a few more minutes.